Okay, children, a very good morning. I hope you people had understood the poem Animals. Today, again, we'll be revising on that and we'll summarize so that if there's any minute problem, also it will get cleared. Okay, everyone? So, children, let's summarize it. Let's read, let's remember what we had done yesterday. I hope it's clear. So, what happened in the poem? In the poem, the poet praised animals for being better than human beings, for possessing such qualities that humans lack or have forgotten. Poet wants to live among animals and experience a life where no one complains and where they are free of sins and sorrows. Okay? So poem is all about comparison of animals with the human beings, right? Let's figure it out what is more detailed process of this poem. Okay, so about the poet, Walt Whitman is a major figure in early American poetry. Okay, so who's the poet of the poem? He's Walt Whitman. Okay, he broke the tradition of rhymed and metrical poetry. Okay, children, he never rhymed his poetry. His poetry was basically very deep. He was famous for writing a revolutionary new kind of poetry which was in free verse. So children, this poet wrote everything in what? In a free verse. Being a freelancer, explaining about what is going on in the society, what needs to be changed, what needs to be clarified, compare the changes which should happen in the society. The poem Animals is from his work Song of Myself in Leaves of Grass. Okay children, now we've come to know that from where did this poem Animals come from. Okay, so let's read again the summary of the poem. Introduction. Walt Whitman has shown the comparison between human beings and animals in his poem. Okay children, so what has he told? He is straight away comparing between human beings, between us and between the animals which we see around. Okay, he has pointed out the evils present inside the human brain. Evils as in the bad feelings which we go through, the jealousies, the hatred for someone that animals don't have, the grudges we hold against somebody which he thinks animals don't have. That is why he thinks that animals are much better than human beings. In the poem Animals, the poet has described his will to become an animal. Okay children, so the poet really wants to become an animal. He wants to live his life as an animal. Okay, why? Because he thinks that animals are far better from human beings. Animals' nature, their behavior, their calm nature, their adjusting with the society, with the fellow animals, that is much more better what we human beings are able to cope up with. Human beings are greedy and full of jealousy. Greedy as in we are so moving towards materialistic things so much that we forget the feelings. We hurt people, we disrespect them. We are full of greed. Everything, every day we want something else, something new thing. Our wants are unlimited and full of jealousy against each other. But animals are calm and self-contained. Animals are very calm, they're very polite, they're very calm, they're all right with the surroundings, all right with what is happening around. Animals are happy with what they have. Same thing children, we have read yesterday also that he's giving a straight away comparison, the good things, the good behavior of animals which we are lacking in right now. Somewhere or the other we should really learn from the animals. The animals are happy with what they have. They never complain about miseries and sorrows. Misery means the sadness inside them. We are always complaining. We complain to our fellow people, to our relatives, to God, that why are we leading this life? But animal, they behave in a very calm manner. On the other hand, human beings complain about their miseries as in their bad phases, the problems in their life, the difficulties. They give more importance to the rich and strong people. Okay, they are basically inclined, they discriminate between rich and poor. They're basically making the rich very happy. They want them to be happy. They make them comfortable. They be friendly with them. Why? Because ultimately they have their greed inside it. That ultimately the rich will help me much more than the poor can. They give more importance to the rich and strong people, stay restless because of their wrongdoings, and run behind the luxurious things of the world. They want all the luxuries, all the happiness, and still somewhere or the other they are dissatisfied, they are unhappy. Whereas animals are honest about their relations and don't give importance to a particular class. They live a life which is full of honesty. They live in a very honest manner. Okay, they are very pure hearted basically, and less of greed and jealousy, which we hold as an individual, as human beings. I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self contained. I stand and look at them long and long. Children, why two times the poet has written long and long? Because he is trying to tell us the deep involvement of himself into animals. He just wants to stare at them and learn something new from them every day. Placid means calm, peaceful, and contain means to control, keep up in control. The poet says that he wants to live in the world of animals. Here we can say that the poet finds the world of animals better than that of human beings. He further says that he finds animals more peaceful, they are more calm, more self-contained, more relaxed than humans are. He says so why? Because animals are not running after worldly things like human beings. They are not running after luxurious things of life, after those materialistic things. They are calm and have no greed for the worldly things or any kind of achievements. We are running for achievements. We are running for a higher standard of living, for those luxurious things, for those materialistic things. They are calm and have no greed for worldly things or any kind of achievements. They are self-contained, means they are happy with life and never interfere in the life of others. Okay, they are always very happy and satisfied. Children, one should be very satisfied and contented with one's life. Otherwise, children, we will never be happy. If we always compare our lives with other people, we will never be happy. Okay, so children, this we should keep in mind, that we should be satisfied and happy with what we have. We should really thank God for what God has given us. Okay, humans have a habit of interfering in the lives of others. So poet thinks that animals are better than humans for being calm and not interfering in others' matters. The poet further says that these are the reasons why he stands still and looks at the animals for a very long time. They do not sweat and whine about their condition. They do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. They do not make me sick discussing their duty to God. Not one is dissatisfied, not one is demented with the mania of owning things. Sweat means complain. Why, children, it is said complain? Because sweating is usually very bad. We don't feel good while we are sweating. Same way, when we are complaining, we are not feeling good. Inside we are holding that grudge. We are frustrated. Whine means cry. Sins means wrongdoing, the bad deeds, maybe hurting someone, grudging for someone, giving them a hatred feeling. Demented is disturbed, mad. The poet says that unlike humans, animals don't complain of their miseries. They never cry out loud that humans do to show what they have lost. They never stay awake in the night crying in repentance for their wrongdoings. Okay, children, sometimes we do wrong deeds and then we are guilty. Then we pray to God, then we really feel guilty, then we are not able to sleep. So, poet is saying this is not the scenario, this is not the situation with the animals. They never do such things, for that they have to feel guilty in near future. He further says that animals are very truthful. Why? Because they never boast of their good deeds. Children, often we have seen that whenever we do something good, we always say it so many times and number of times. These days, people doing good with the poor people, they are making videos, they want all the social media eye catching. Okay, so this shouldn't be done. When we are doing good deeds, we should do wholeheartedly, and we should always remember that God is watching us each and every minute. Okay, they try to show their good deeds and religiousness to others. They do so in order to gain popularity among their fellows. Okay, to be important in others' eyes, that others should be talking about them. They feel popular, praised by everyone. So the poet thinks that animals never irritate him by doing such things just to gain some praise from other people. He feels that animals are not dissatisfied like humans. They stay happy with whatever they have. They never run behind the worldly things, the materialistic things, the need of car, bike, these gadgets, televisions, nothing doing. They never try to possess things of comfort or luxury. He says that none of them is mad being owned the worldly things, right? Children, metaphor is a figure of speech. Okay, sweat and wine refer to the cries and complaints of human beings. Okay, like personification, metaphor, this is a figure of speech. Okay, not one kneels to another, nor to his kind that lived thousands of years ago. Not one is respectable or unhappy over the whole earth. So they show their relations to me and I accept them. They bring me tokens of myself. They evince them plainly in their possession. Possession means owning something. I possess this phone. I own it completely. Okay? Nobody can take it from me because that's mine. It belongs to me. I possess it. It's my possession. Kneels means to bow down. We kneel in front of our God in the religious place. Evince means to show, to reveal something. Possession, I've told you already, ownership of something. Tokens, the qualities. Here the poet says that he has never seen any animals showing his devotion to anybody by bowing down in front of the person. Like when we are really happy with somebody, or when we really respect that person, we bow down. But this is not the case with the animals. They never do so. They never do so even for their ancestors. Ancestors are our forefathers, our great grandfathers, our ancestors. They do not show devotion together towards God like humans do. No one among them is more respectful or important as we have in human society. Children, they really believe in equality. For them, every animal, every fellow animal is equal. But in the society of animals, they never do so. They never give more or less importance to any other animal. Everyone in the animal world is happy. They're happy, they're calm, they're peaceful, they're satisfied, contented. They're not like human beings who find themselves the happiest or the saddest person on earth. Further, the poet says that animals are more honest in showing the relation with other animals. Okay? Here he wants to say that animals use other animals as their food and they never try to hide this. Whereas humans show that they have nice and friendly relation with others, though the reality might be opposite. Sometimes, children, it happens that a person is talking very politely with you, he's behaving very properly, saying good things about you, but at the end, he is somebody who's bitching about you, saying bad about you, going all over around and bitching about you. So this is not the scenario. Just double-faced people are not there, these kind of behaviors are not found among animals. The poet says that he accepts the fact that animals are true towards showing the relation with some other animals. I wonder where they get those tokens. Did I pass that way huge times ago and negligently drop them? Okay, so he says, so at last the poet introspects himself. Introspects as in he questions himself. He interrogates himself, because children, you can see at the end there's a question mark put up. Says that from where the animals got those good qualities. He further questions himself that where his own good qualities are gone. Did he left them or had carelessly lost them somewhere? The qualities that were found in the human beings in the past, what were the qualities, children? Innocence, purity, kindness, truthfulness are now seen in animals. He wonders, he's surprised that humans gave up these qualities and they have been passed on to animals. Okay, children, so this is a very deep poem. You should really go through this. I have again revised with you all so that any doubts can be clarified and cleared there and then. Okay, it's a very important and deep poem. Do read the question answers also, and children, your homework will be writing on summary of this poem. And one more thing I want to tell you, that you guys are going to record your voice, might be 2-3 minutes, and going to tell me summary. Children, one more thing I want to make it very clear, don't mug it or copy from the internet. I want your own words, like ma'am has explained you in my own manner, in my own English words. Same way I want you all to do this by your own language, in your own basic English grammar language. Don't just copy it out from the internet, okay? Do use some good words, some tough words, but make sure it is in your own word.